Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good day. Because we don't know where you are, whatever which country you are actually watching from. I just want to say thank you so much for coming to this channel. I really do appreciate. And remember, we are here to encourage girls pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Of course, we want boys to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. It's just that there are few women in STEM. So thank you so much, guys. We're here to inspire them and also to showcase other engineers who are navigating this career, and also to make sure we can expose these girls to more endeavors, the boys to more endeavors. So thank you so much, guys, for coming. I really do appreciate. So today, guys, I have a very special guest. And every time I come, I bring you very interesting guests, guys. So yeah, let's see. So I'm going to bring him up, and let's see what happens, guys. Hi, David. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. I really do appreciate for you to come to Girls for STEM. And also, I understand how you are so busy, working, doing so many things, which, of course, feel free to share with us. I really do appreciate to take some time to come and hang out with us, STEM Hangout. So I would like you to introduce yourself, David.
Okay, well, thank you for having me. My name is David Light. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm living in San Antonio, Texas.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much. We really do appreciate. So the other question I wanted to ask you, David, what specifically are you doing in mechanical engineer? If you can just tell us few things specialized, because you know how there are different specialties. For example, I'm a
Okay.
system engineer, quality engineer, and I'm in quality. So what's your specialty specifically?
Well, right now I'm just working on projects, basically with the company that I work for. Just going through CAD drawings and modeling mostly, and just working with the team to release drawings and make sure that the designs are qualified to be made.
Wow, wow, that's interesting. I remember I actually used to love design as well, even now. But you know how sometimes you have to just go and specialize. So I've specialized in quality. I do work with, of course, functional departments as well to see how they are doing, how they are working, concerning design and all that stuff. So that's so interesting. Wow. So there's an interesting question I always ask engineers who are, who are working. One of the things I wanted to ask you is, how did you get into engineering? Could you share with my viewers, how did you start? So I'll take you back when you were a young boy, maybe around 5, 6, 7. And the reason I'm asking you this, it's because on this channel we have parents, we have young kids who come to watch this show. And remember, we are trying to encourage boys, girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And there is also a notion of thinking that engineering is very difficult. How do you get into engineering? So people really want to know exactly what happens. So for you particularly, David, how did you get into STEM? How did it start? When? If I throw you back when you're young, what's going on during that time?
Okay, well, when I was a kid, I used to like science fiction type movies, and I always found myself really kind of interested in the vehicles, the spaceships, the airplanes, the cars, that sort of thing. And yeah, there's a lot of movies from that time period where there's a lot of neat airplanes, a lot of neat spaceships, and that sort of thing. So yeah, I just found myself interested in it, and in school I started, taking physics and math, and found myself interested in that stuff too. And when I got to CAD design, computer aided design,
Yes.
I really started taking an interest in that and just moving on with it. And well, next thing you know, I have a degree in mechanical engineering, and I'm
Wow.
working for one company, and then a couple of years later, changed jobs, work, a few years later, and well, here I am.
Wow, that's interesting. So again, I am still when you're young. So are your parents talking about science? Are you surrounded by anyone who's interested in science or relatives or something like that? What's going on at that time? Is it just you picking up from the fiction movies that you're watching? What's going on?
Well, a little bit of both. Yeah. My dad worked in research, and I was always kind of asking him, Dad, what are you doing at work? And, he would tell me a little bit what he could and that sort of thing. And yeah, but mostly, we lived near an Air Force base, and
Yes.
just about every day, I would see
Bingo,
the
you see, that is really interesting. So you lived around an airport. That's a good point. Okay, go
right.
ahead.
So yeah, in particular, it was an Air Force base, and I would see the Air Force jets and the planes flying overhead. And where I lived, we had one of the biggest planes in the world, the C-5, and
Yes.
it was always fly over my house, on its way into land. And I don't know if you ever seen one of those fly. It's
Oh
really
my
amazing.
God. It's so
That and
interesting.
Yeah, that and the
Well,
F-16s and the F-15s and the T-38s and all that stuff.
wow. You know, David, what I do sometimes, one of my passions, if you watch one of my videos, I do go to Los Angeles, LAX to go
Yeah.
watch, I call it plane belly hunting. So I go watch the plane land. And here I see different types of planes. Oh my God, different engines and just the designs. Because remember, I talked about how I also love designing. So I go to watch that and just, it's amazing. Different planes, different structures, the engines, even where they are positioned. So I could imagine when you are young, you are seeing that. What an opportunity. And, how you are being wired in the brain, that also contributes to that. And this point, if we stay on this same point, I also encourage parents. I tell them, there are things that you can encourage kids to pursue: science, technology, engineering, and mathematics inside the house, and those that you can go and watch outside. And one of the things that you can go and watch outside is visit an airstrip. I always encourage them that take your kids to visit an airstrip. You never know, how the kid is going to feel. So that's really interesting. I just wanted to point out that environment already, it's creating a David engineer. That's what I'm thinking. I'm looking at that. Yeah, so go ahead.
Well, yeah, yeah, and you bring up a good point. Yeah, I did notice, quite a difference in a lot of the planes. Like, the cargo planes, some of them had propellers on the engines. Some
Yes,
of them had the normal airplane type engines, and the
yes,
jets, they had the afterburners and all that stuff. And
yes.
I liked thinking about the different geometries of the planes and how they looked, and yeah, it's all the different designs basically.
Wow, that's interesting. And so after that, so that's where you lived, and also you said your parent was a research. So I think that's a good point, because when I speak to most of the engineers here, I do mention that, what, the environment also matters. For those that want their kids to think about engineering, also you have to provide a conducive environment. Um,
Sure.
we may not have everything, but at least something. If you don't live around the airstrip like you did, or you just live somewhere else, you can either talk about it or discuss it, or maybe look for an airstrip nearby where you can take your kids. Wow, that's so amazing. So now that's around 5 years old. So high school, what's happening during high school? How is that reinforced during high school?
Oh, just the same thing going on. High school. Coming home and I'd hear the jets outside, and I could recognize by the sound, what kind of airplane that was. And sometimes I'd go out and look at
Wow.
it, or if I, heard something that I wasn't familiar with, I'd drop everything and run outside, and so I could see what it was. And yeah, just kind of the same thing going on. I think in high school was when I started getting into algebra and geometry and things like that.
Yes.
Yeah, I guess if I could go back, I would have tried to start the higher math and the higher physics
Mm.
earlier at a young age.
Yes.
Yeah, at a younger age. Yeah, was what
So
I
what
mean.
could you elaborate to my viewers? Why is the reason that they should do it at a younger age? What do you think? Why?
Well, it's never too early to start, and I think the earlier you start, the better that knowledge will kind of like, oh, what's the word? Grow inside your mind.
Yes.
And yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's one thing I would do earlier if I had a chance to go back and do it, is go back and do it earlier. I remember I was kind of interested in physics and science and all that stuff, and
Yes.
I heard the people around me saying, "Oh, that stuff is it's too difficult. I'm not going to do it. It's too difficult." And I wish I wouldn't have listened to that. I wish I would have said, "Well, I'm going to try it anyway." And
Yes.
because I found when I got into it, I didn't think it was that difficult, and it was. I found it easy to grasp, and the teachers they do really good jobs of trying to make things easy a lot of times, and yeah, I would say get into it as early as you can.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for pointing out that. And guys, remember, I've always talked about that. People say these sciences are difficulty, but we are here as role models to show, parents out there are watching this show, kids watching this show, that it's perceived to be a very difficult subject, very difficult career, but you never know. You have to try it and get into there. But from my point of view, I enjoyed it, and when I went in there, I didn't see it the way they put it. I know it's difficult, but when you push harder, you get to the other side of the river. And that's why I'm here trying to encourage girls pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And guys, you've just heard what David is saying. He's saying, when I got into there, it wasn't as hard as they said. So, guys, girls, be encouraged to do science, technology, engineering, and mathematics STEM. It really makes a difference in your life. So, David, what are your challenges that you faced being in STEM? Apart from, of course, people trying to discourage you, which
Mhm.
for me, even worse. You can imagine women when we're trying to pursue this career. It's worse what they tell us. You can do it,
Mhm.
you can find a job, just a lot of things. So I know we face challenges. So what challenges have you faced up to where you are? Just to share with our viewers that it's not always that, it's perfect. We do face some challenges, but we do push to get to the other side.
Oh, absolutely. Well, I guess different companies do things different ways, and yeah, that's really. I guess that was be the biggest challenge that I faced is when you start with a company, you kind of start to delve into how they do things, and you ask and you read and you just do your best, and you make a drawing, you make a design, you show it to the person who is supposed to approve it, and they'll look at your drawing and write down, hey, you missed a dimension here, or do we need to have this dimension this many decimal places, that sort of thing. And you just work back and forth. I wouldn't really call it a difficulty. I would just call it the learning process, really.
Wow, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really true. Thank you so much. So the other question I wanted to ask you is of course we have the privilege to get into engineering. So, David, what would you say to a girl growing up or a boy growing up in the remote areas of United States? There are remote areas that don't have the privileges and resources that we have here. For example, I live in California. What would you say to a boy or girl growing up? How can they pursue STEM and become the person like you are today? What would you say to them?
Um, well, I would probably say the same things that I say to my own children, and that is, just study, read, find books that you're interested in, books about, whatever you're interested in, airplanes, whatever it may be, submarines, cars, whatever, and, read those. And YouTube is a really great resource for learning things,
Thank
absolutely.
you.
When I was
Yes.
a kid, one of the things I was always curious about as a kid is how do jet engines work? You know,
Mm.
and these days on YouTube, all you got to do is type it in, and oh, boom, there's a bit. There's like 20 different videos that show animations on this is how a jet works, and you could just learn it just by watching it. And it's YouTube is definitely a great resource. I would say read books. I would say just study everything you're interested in. You're interested in cars. Look up on YouTube how are cars made. If you're interested in jet engines, you see a jet you like, find out what it is, and do research on it on the internet. There's so much information out there that you can just read and learn by watching, pretty much. Yeah.
Wow. And, viewers, again, remember, I always say, we have a question. We're going to answer that, David. But I always tell my viewers, I said, social media is a very good place if you use it wisely. I always even tell parents that you need to expose kids to have computers, a cell phone, because I'm in technology, I understand that because I also did that to my son when he was playing games. I would go just yank all that and throw it away. I said, you cannot be playing games. I don't know this notion that we had. But when I went to the university, I found one of the universities has the whole building of a game house where students go to play
Mm.
games. I said, what are they doing? So I didn't really understand that technology actually creates games. In games, there's a lot of skills that they teach kids. So it's a topic that is controversial. Some people may view it differently, but again, it also gives them certain skills. But if they are using the games wisely, not, of course, for everything there are ethics. You don't want to go off the ethics, either overusing it or the type of games that they are playing. So there is that discussion that can be brought into light, that so many people have their own perception about it. But so those are just some of the things to just point out a little bit. So first, let's go ahead and answer the question. So one of our viewers is asking, where airports are far away, what other activities can motivate kids to pursue STEM, David?
Um, Well, like I said, just you find something on TV that you're interested in. You can look it up on YouTube. And another thing that I just realized I forgot to mention was, when I was a kid, you wanted to read about something, you could go to the bookstore, but they might not have a book about what you're looking for.
Yes.
And same with the library. Libraries are great places, but they might not have the book you're looking for. And but nowadays, we have like Amazon, and you could just type in any subject basically, and there's a whole slew of books about it usually. So that's another
And
way you can get find a book that's really about whatever it is you're interested in.
yes, and we're
Yeah.
gonna get to a very exciting part, guys, because he has a book he just produced. So we're gonna get there, and Amazon is the best place, guys, to get all your storybooks for your kids and things like that. Wow, that's
Absolutely.
really, really interesting. So when you're mentioning, what other things kids can do and how to encourage them, how they can use YouTube, it's very interesting because sometimes I've seen parents who have actually locked kids out of YouTube and even Facebook and all things like that. So, and also when you mentioned the point that, you know, when, especially a long time ago, you don't have access to so many resources. We only used to have one book. Maybe you have to go to the library to go look for it. Sometimes you find someone has borrowed, but now we live in this era where you have so much resources. I like when you mentioned that, you have to be able to go, to look for these things. You go on YouTube, you can search about anything, how a plane is made, how the engine is made. You find this, especially on YouTube. Remember, guys, he mentioned that on YouTube you can find literally anything. So that's really, really a good point, David. So, guys, I have a surprise for you. So, David produced a book, guys. Look, I hope you can see it. Let me know. Give a thumbs up, guys. If you can see the book, please comment in the comments and also give a thumbs up to David. He has a very good book, guys, for kids. Oh my God. David, I have a question. Is
Mhm.
this you or you? Can you tell me what's going on? Because, when I was reading this book, I was like, hmm, this is an interesting book. So who's David here? I was trying to really, really understand the book. So guys, hope you can see the book. So David produced this book. It's on Amazon. So let me tell you guys, this book is on Amazon. I got my book, and this is the book, guys. It's so cute. Oh my God. Oh, let me remove my hand here. It's so cute. And he is the owner. Look, David Light. So you can go on Amazon, guys, and you can get this book. Oh my God, I almost cried when I was reading it. It appealed to my intellect, it appealed to my emotions, and also just oh my God, because it explains, a lot of things, how kids think, how parents can get involved in, it touched my passion. It touched my passion, why I am here, and why I am encouraging girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. I saw myself in the little boy. I did see myself in a little boy, and I wanted to see myself here, but I said, I could have studied physics and maybe PhD physics. I could have been here, but oh my God, it was really interesting. So, um, David, let's talk about the book, guys. This
Yeah.
book is at it's at Amazon already. You can order it. You can buy it for parents, kids. You can see it, right? Oh, nice, guys. So, yes, yes, yes. You have to buy it, guys. So, this book is about the parent explaining to the little boy. So you have to buy it, and it's really encouraging, guys. You'll be amazed when you go on Amazon, you see it's there. So David will talk about it a little bit. So David, I have questions.
Okay.
Let me hold the book. So I have questions, David. How did you think about writing this book? It's like you're talking to me, but this is a boy, but you're talking to me, the little boy. How did you think about this, writing this book? I want to see what you're thinking in your brain.
Well, the SR-71 is a very special plane. It goes, it goes higher and faster than pretty much all other planes, and it was retired back in the 1990s. And I guess I just kind of thought, man, wouldn't that be something if they brought that back and to be a pilot for that plane, and I thought, well, I mean, I could probably never be qualified to do that sort of thing, but wouldn't it be neat if wouldn't it be inspiring if maybe we thought about what would it be like to take a ride in that airplane, and what would it be like from the point of view of maybe a little boy or a little girl, so, and I kind of thought, what if I wrote a book about that? And so I started thinking about it, started drawing pictures,
Yes.
about the airplane, and in real life, you have to be an adult, and you would have to be uh, a special pilot to fly that sort of plane. But I thought, geez, wouldn't it be cool if I wrote a book about a little boy who gets to take an airplane ride with his dad, and it's in that plane. And so I thought, yeah, I'll go with that. So that's what I did, and that's what the whole book's about. Basically, the little boy and his dad take a flight in that airplane, and they do things that like the airplane might do, with the cameras and all that stuff, and I think it turned out to be a pretty good story, and it's
Amazing.
fictional, but I was just basically going for inspiration. There's a lot of great books out there that have technical details about that plane and all that stuff, and I just thought I could contribute to some inspiration that way. So
Oh,
it's just a story about a flight that a little boy and his dad take in the SR-71, and that's pretty much it.
wow. This book actually takes us up in the sky. It takes us as a little boy, little girl. This book will take you up in the sky, guys, and it just speaks to your young your young boy, your young girl. It speaks to you guys. It's really interesting, and it's amazing that he's trying to bless parents and also kids who maybe have never even thought about STEM, science, engineering, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And this book will really, really encourage your kid, guys. Hopefully, you can buy it. It's on Amazon. Hopefully, you guys can see it. So, what is a blackbird exactly? Because our viewers are asking, like, what's a blackbird? Because my viewers are coming from different parts of the world, David. So some have not heard about the blackbird, and that is why you should buy this book. It will really tell. So what's a blackbird? If you can just share with my viewers a little bit, what does it mean, and what is
Well,
it?
the Blackbird was the name given to that plane. Usually the military will give kind of like names to their planes to go along with their technical name or whatever. And this one was called the SR-71 Blackbird. So that's why I named the book "The Boy and His Blackbird."
Wow, wow. That's so interesting. Guys, if you have any question, please feel free to ask. And I saw someone was say, yeah. So you guys, if you go on Amazon, you will find this cute boy. I just love even the picture is just amazing. You know, the
Thank you.
dad with the little boy. It's so amazing, and I hope everybody can just go for it, guys. Make sure you can buy this book. It's interesting, very interesting. Wow, that is so good. So is this your first book, or please could you please write more books that are like this? Because this book appeals, it talks about engaging a kid in a very, very subtle way, but helping him comprehend uh, technical things that are really difficult to understand. And you put it so well that this boy was asking questions that are amazing. And the dad in this book answers the questions very, very nicely to the boy, because the boy is asking questions, and he's also talking about his gear, what it means, and what it's helping him why they are wearing this gear in the on that flight. I
Right,
felt
the
like I
pressure
was
suits.
part of the
Yeah.
flight when I was reading the book. It's really interesting.
Well, thank you. Yeah, this is my first book that I've written, and I absolutely intend to do more. The next one that I'm working on is it's going to be about a mom and her daughter and a different airplane, but kind of the same type, similar
Thank
story.
you so
Yeah.
much. I'll be the first one to buy.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just getting on with it, making illustrations, writing the story, that sort of thing, and well, as soon as I'm done, I will get it out there as quickly as I can.
Yes, yes. Your tone of voice in the book is it's amazing. And
Thank
especially
you.
the yeah, the tone of the father, even
Mhm.
talking to the boy, it's very subtle, and the father seems very comfortable explaining, but he's flying the it's a jet, right?
Yes, yes, the
Yeah,
jet.
he's very calm and he's flying the jet. I'm like, oh my goodness, in the book. So it's really interesting. I really do love it. Wow. Thank you so
Thank
much. I hope
you.
you can write also about the girl. And I don't know, the girl and the mother or the girl and the dad. You can do both, the girl and the mother, and also the girl and the dad. That would really be interesting. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Okay. Well, I guess my next book is yeah. I mean, I've heard about the importance of women in STEM, like you were talking about. So that's why I'm going with a mother and daughter in this next story. So I'm kind of hoping to encourage little girls to do that sort of thing.
Wow. Thank you
Be
so
involved in
much.
STEM and aviation and that sort of thing. Yeah.
Yes, or we would like to hear more about that, and I will be the first one to buy the book, and I'm sure the viewers will be interested. Guys, again, this book is so cute. My passion is to encourage girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And I happen to stumble on David. He's a mechanical engineer and he is the author for The Boy and His Blackbird. The Blackbird is the jet that the dad was flying. It's really interesting, guys. It will speak to your boy, it will speak to your girl, and it will speak to you too. And after reading, you'll be very amazed. You will really, really love it. So make sure you can buy for your grandkids. You can buy for your neighbor.
Mhm.
It has a good price as well. So make sure you can buy for your neighbor. Bless someone, guys. Bless someone. Your neighbor, anybody who you see, it's a little boy who can read this book. The reason I'm saying, you see kids who are smart, your neighbor, your nephew, your cousins, bless them, speak something good to them, because that way they get encouraged, and even go out of your way and get the book, and get buy it to them. Because the reason why I'm saying this, because I've interviewed engineers right on this channel, guys. You can go watch the video. The reason he got into engineering, it's because someone spoke to him, his neighbor said, "You are very smart. You can be an engineer." That's all it took. So that's why, guys, we need to make sure we can encourage our kids, our neighbors, and also this is when you can buy them this book, guys. It's lovely. It really ministered to me, guys. Um, it has a very, very good story behind it, and make sure everybody can get it, guys. If you get this book, let me know. Come on this show. We can bring David back again and tell him about the story. You can involve him and we can let him answer questions. But buy the book. He has Kindle too. Yes. Danny, he has
Yes,
Kindle.
available
I,
on Kindle as well.
he has Kindle. I actually I bought the physical book because I really wanted to show him that, David, I really got this.
Thank
So
you. I
I,
appreciate it.
yeah, I would love to also get for someone bless someone, either Kindle or, oh my God, this book, guys, you'll be amazed. It's really interesting. Yeah. So, David, wow, thank you so much for hanging out here. We call it STEM Hangout. Please come again, share with us what you're thinking about books that you want to produce. Would like to hear more. Parents want to hear, and this is why I'm here to encourage parents, girls to pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, and also to show them that we are so many of us who are encouraging you guys, rallying for you, that can join this career. It's a very good career. It's a very lucrative. It changes your family, it changes people around, and we have resource. These are some of the resources that we can look at and understand technology, how technology is going, and just so many things. So thank you so much, David. So I don't know if you have any words you want to say, last words. Feel free. I'll give you some time to say anything.
Oh, well, thank you very much for having me, and I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'd love to come back, being on your show again. Thank you.
Wow, no,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
thanks for showing the book too.
Thank you so much. And I think there was one question somebody was asking. Oh
Uh-huh.
yeah, we did answer this one. Someone was asking about the Blackbird, and he did explain. Wow, thank you so much. Then, so guys, thank you so much. We really do appreciate. And David, thank you so much. We're gonna call you again so we can discuss more to see what you're doing. What's your next story? We're gonna be following you so close, because this kind
Okay.
of tone in here, I think that's what most people need to really encourage their kids. So we really need a lot of this kind of tone you're using in here. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you again.
All right. Hope to see you again too. Thank you.
No, sure, sure. Thank you. Well, guys, that was amazing, guys. What do you think? Thank you so much. David was amazing. And just to see the book that he has produced, guys, I'm showing it to you again. It's amazing. Hopefully, you guys can buy it. Everybody in United States, you guys can buy this book. It's on Amazon. And oh my God, it's so interesting. It's a kid's book. It has, not so many pages, but it will leave you guys hanging in there like, wow, what follows next? So make sure you can buy his book. I really, really loved reading it, and I enjoyed. And it has got a cool picture here, and also the cool picture. Just the picture itself. It's so, and the little boy. Oh my God, he looks so cute. Look at that, guys. I hope you can see it. And then he'll be asking questions inside the book, guys. Buy it. Just buy it. Guys, thank you so much for coming to my channel, guys. I really do appreciate. And see, even when we spoke to David, we've spoken to other engineers. They speak the same language, guys. The environment where he grew up, you heard he lived around an airstrip. We don't know what that did to him for him to become an engineer. He lived with parents, they were researchers, but it doesn't mean that every parent has to be so educated to have a kid that pursues engineering. No, guys, it's how you parents provide or create that environment that can make that kid pursue science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So it's where you take your child. If you have an airstrip, take them there. Not only airstrips, guys, when you get out of the house, there are so many things that you can see. Remember, always talk about things that you can discuss with your kids when you get out of the house. Look at the building outside. Remember, STEM is embedded in everything, our daily routine that we are doing. Look in the kitchen, the stove, who makes the stove, electricity. Get outside, you look, there are tall buildings, who created those tall buildings? That's curiosity. You can talk about the kids. You can hear the sound of the wind. What is that? It's wind moving around. Which direction? What's the temperature outside? You can involve your kid in that way. You can talk about people. When you get outside, people are wearing masks. Why are they wearing masks? Why are they wearing masks even now, even after the vaccine has been introduced? So those are the things we can discuss. Yes, oh my God, I have like a list of things that I can just keep talking, guys, about things that you can engage your child when you just walk outside the house. So you don't have to have a father who's so educated. My father wasn't educated in that area, guys. Even you, some people say, oh, it's the opportunities, we don't have so many opportunities. It's the determination of your mind. What do you want to do? You just keep pushing. You never know where the resource is going to come from. And I always talk about, you need to be talking about what you want to do. Why do you have to talk about what you want to do? You never know where your resource is going to come from. You never know what you can stamp on. And I always talk about, you have to be talking about the blue rope. I call it the blue rope. Like, did you see the blue rope? Walking around asking for the blue rope. What is the blue rope? The blue rope is your resource. The blue rope is your information. So you have to keep asking, did you see a blue rope? How does it look like? It's a little bit round, and it's a little bit tighter. Did you see the blue rope? That's how you should live your life. Whatever you want to do, talk about it. Talk about it to someone. You never know where your niche is going to come from. You never know where your popcorn is going to come from. What do I say about popcorn? Popcorn is like when you click a deal, just popcorn starts popping up. You never know. And that's why you need to share, to discuss with people around you, to make sure you can just get your luck. You never know where it's going to come from. So that's why we talk to these scientists, we talk to these engineers. Why do we talk to these engineers, guys? These are our role models as kids, young kids, mothers. We are trying to give you role models that can show you exactly how it is to be in engineering, and also just to expose you to engineering. And also, I'd like to appeal to engineers that, remember one of our videos past time, I talked about, if you're an engineer, you also mix it up with another career. For example, writing. This is an example. I'm going to talk about David. He's an engineer and he's writing. This is why he came up with something like this, guys. It's because he's an engineer and he's also coupled up with comprehension and writing and critical thinking. So that gives you another niche to venture into, something else that can help society, kids, parents out there, to just tap into these endeavors, to tap into the knowledge, to open our brain and our minds. So guys, thank you so much for coming to this channel all the time. I really do love you. And guys, most of you, I hear you come to this channel to watch this channel and you haven't subscribed. My data is telling you that, guys, 74% come to watch this show, but they haven't subscribed. Subscribe, guys. Let's get to 2,000. Let's get this word out there, because very few parents and kids know about science and technology, and also to be exposed to things like this. How are they going to know about things like this, guys, if you don't tell them, if you don't share this? So share this. This is really important. Kids can become engineers, they can become doctors, they can become anything they want, but they need to hear about it. If they don't hear about it, how can they see, how can they be what they have not seen? So that's what I'm talking about. So guys, thank you so much for today. I really do appreciate, and see you next Saturday, guys. I bring you very, very interesting guests all the time. And bon voyage. Love you so much, guys. And bye-bye.